And all that Gary Lineker and Dougie were doing was just tantalising us so that you can see it tonight in Sports Scene. In fact, not only will you see it tonight in Sports Scene, you may see it at the end of the afternoon. In fact, since you missed it then, we will show you it 10 times over if necessary. But you will see Gary Lineker scoring there. Now, I was actually going to hold a competition for the best banner. If the director can go slightly back to that, if he doesn't mind. There he is. Well, we've got a different banner this time. Hawaiian Hearts and Chernobyl, I think we did the last time. It's disappeared. Now, where is that other banner? There it is. Chernobyl Hearts. Is that good, bad, or indifferent? Is that a criticism? It surely can't be. Well, the fallout hasn't affected Aberdeen in any way, because they are very confident. That is their date of birth, as it were. Not what the scoreline is going to be. And lucky for those punters down there, the weather has dramatically improved. And what about that now? What does that read? Come on, lads, hold it up a bit. Something Keys. Might well be a pub in Edinburgh. Aberdeen a magic? Yes. Well, now, Aberdeen are in the driver's seat, as it were, and why? Because of John Hewitt's goal, that's why. Which was scored in exactly 5 minutes and done quite brilliantly, the way he wandered into the penalty area and then smack. Yes, that was a beautifully struck goal. So, when Hearts one goal down at that stage, they might have buckled. Not a bit of it. A bit unfortunate not to have gone into a better position and got the equaliser from this little dab. Oh, that was so unfortunate for them. Look at Robertson. Oh. Well, the Hearts support having given up, and there is John Robertson. Huge banner there of Robbo. Well, there's Wallace Mercer, edge of the stand, looking not disconsolate, but serious. Knows what's in store. And now, folks, after the huge build-up, I'm going to show you the Gary Lineker goal. I bribed the boys to show it, and here it is. Liverpool on the attack.
To Dalglish. Now Reid. Lineker off through the centre again. This is promising. Lineker for Everton. Saved by Grobbelaar. Lineker. 1-0 to Everton. And who else but Gary Lineker? His 40th goal of the season for Everton. The footballer of the year. Peter Reid's through ball, absolutely measured. It puts Lineker clear of Hansen. Grobbelaar made the first save, and Lineker followed up and put Everton into the lead after 28 minutes of the All-Merseyside FA Cup final.
1-0 up. Liverpool saw the start of the second half. Aberdeen 1 up, facing a very strong wind and the sun. And they have realised that even though they took an early lead, Hearts refused to lie down to it, and indeed looked a very inspired team at times. And it really is good to see a performance like this. Aberdeen containing more artistry in the team, I suppose, and balance, and away go Hearts. And well, I think that's a bit unfortunate. This Robertson, I suppose, technically was in an offside position, but the ball hadn't actually been played forward to him. But it is offside, that's what the referee decided. Dougal. Whittaker. Bet. Cooper. That's McDougall. Jim Bett pulling out the defence. Berry not making a very good job of this now. Peter Weir. Laid his tackle on him, and there's Bett. John McMaster going in for that. Ends up at a pass to Weir. Edis of body swells. That's a shot. And from that distance, never any trouble for Henry Smith.
It looks as if John McMaster, in fact, has pulled a hamstring, which would be a major blow to Aberdeen because he's been playing such a steady game in the midfield for them.
Well, Andy, how would you... as the ball went away, I didn't quite spot what he was complaining about.
Yes, well, he went into the tackle there and there was a collision and he went down. I don't think it was so much the tackle, I think it was just the way he landed.
Yeah. Well, I think McDonald has been up and down on that bench like a jack in the box, expending as much energy as some of the players on the field. It's been a hard week for him. But he's remained admirably cool, taking everything with a great sense of dignity.
Well, Davy Wiley's obviously working away on John at the moment, and it appears as if he's okay, which is good news for Aberdeen.
Just limping ever so slightly. Jordan. Well, always difficult. Pass back into the sun. Leighton making some kind of comment about it. Oh, beautifully flicked by Hewitt. He's having a superb game for Aberdeen today. Weir. Walter Kidd. Well, there's a dummy, there's a goal. 2-0. John Hewitt. A superb goal by Aberdeen. Beautifully, technically executed. And the rippling red and white harvest of support, acknowledging a superb piece of play. And that could be the goal that kills off Hearts. A really tenacious run here by Weir. The beautiful little dummy, and excellently finished. His second goal. Aberdeen are 2 up, and we've only gone 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes exactly for that goal. And no wonder, even from that distance away, they realise the journey has been worthwhile. Andy.
Yeah, I see Aberdeen are now bringing on Billy Stark. That was certainly a marvellous goal there. Peter Weir, a great run to the line. At one point must be made there about McDougall. McDougall has been running unselfishly today, dragging men all over the park in order to allow Hewitt the freedom. And that's precisely what happened at the goal. A great dummy from McDougall, and Johnny Hewitt was on to the end of it.
Well, I mean, realistically, I don't want all the Hearts supporters to be turning off, but they really do have a major problem now, Andy.
Oh, yes, it's a real uphill climb now. It's an Everest they're going to have to climb. But there's a long time still to go in the game, and obviously, if Hearts could get back in with a goal fairly soon, then who knows?
But they really need a goal. Hearts really need a goal to make a game of it in the next 5 or so minutes.
I thought for a moment there Alec was going to take a game himself, Alec MacDonald.
Clark. Corner kick. Now, can they hit back right away? A good corner, a good strike. And they're in with a chance again. McMaster is off, as Andy had suspected. Maybe that injury wasn't as slight as we thought. There's Stark, the substitute. Not a bad substitute to come on either. Whittaker is up there, and so is Leighton. Now the long legs of Alec McLeish in the outside right position. Wonders will never cease. Not a bad cross, Alec. Here's Bent. Oh, has he gone too far? No, he hasn't. Gets a corner. Excellent play by Aberdeen. Look at the way they broke in that rather unconventional manner by McLeish. And then little dart forward there by Jim Bent. There's McLeish, McDougall, Willie Miller appeals for the penalty. Miller tries to go up again. Aberdeen trying to turn the screw now. Both central defenders up on attack. And the free kick as Clark went forward. It's all so very frantic out there in the last couple of minutes. And Aberdeen, I think, were going for the real killer punch there. Goal kick. As you said earlier, Andy, Willie Miller likes to come forward a lot now. He's a very good player for suddenly popping up, and I think that has been seen more evident as he's grown older, but McLeish was up as well there.
Yes, that's true. They're both very good at breaking from the back. One thing that both of them are doing in the game, though, is that they're pushing the back four fairly tight into their midfield, and this is denying Hearts space now. The other thing they're doing is beginning to throw the ball around the field, and they're really making Hearts run.
And this is where the events of the last week will tell perhaps in Hearts, except they have shown over and over again they've got great reservoirs of courage. Clark, can he flick it through? He does to Robertson. Can he get his shot in? No, he goes too wide. And if you go too wide, you end up with Miller down your neck. Clark gets a corner, and they're still fighting on. I don't think they've ever lost sight of trying to satisfy the appetite of that huge support of theirs who've waited for so long for success. Corner kick. Ooh, Leighton didn't like that. I think it went straight through. Goal kick. Now then, lecturing the referee. About fitness in a goalkeeper, Andy, I know it was a hand injury and I know he kept fit, but if he's out of game atmosphere, I think he perhaps becomes a bit rusty.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm sure that Jim has been back in training and got his eye in, and I don't really, I mean, he hasn't really been exposed today, so it's difficult for us to make a judgment on that. But I'm very, very happy, as I said to you earlier on, that he's playing in today's game with the World Cup coming up. It's a vital match for Jim.
10 minutes gone of this second half. Aberdeen still in the lead by 2-0. And I may say, are looking more and more confident. More a slip than anything else. Clark.
Aberdeen have now changed their tactics. They've got Neil Cooper playing the anchor role in front of the back four. McKimmy's gone into full-back, and with Stark on the right-hand side and Bett on the left. So this is the great thing about Aberdeen's squad. They're so flexible that they can constantly change their tactics.
Now Bett. Lovely little break by Bett, and he can't get it to the side. Great piece of covering there by Neil Berry. That is what he's so very good at. Oh. I wonder what Neil Simpson had in mind there. Maybe he knew somebody in the crowd who wanted a ball. Barry goes to the side, up comes the captain. Well, that's a lovely shot. Oh, great run by the captain, Walter Kidd. Oh, a little bit of anger there, and there's Willie Miller, the old gentleman, against the young one, and he's very annoyed about something. I mean, he should get a lawyer in on that. And that was a very good effort by the Hearts captain. Why was Willie Miller so perturbed about that, Andy? Come on.
Well, that's what good teams are all about. They have leadership on the park, and there's no way Willie Miller was going to let McQueen off with anything there. So it's very important if you've got a team of nice boys, you win nothing. And in this case here, Willie Miller being very aggressive with his young left back. It's necessary.
It actually had to be restrained. Feathered figure, of course. This McQueen, he's learned his lesson, he's sticking in anyway. Whoops, free kick. Well, a wigging off from his feather, and he responds. So there's Bet to the side to Willie Miller, who's decided to come up towards Stark, and harmlessly plodding past. Billy Stark, a very useful player. Again, the kind of player that has fitted so well into Aberdeen's plans. Flexible kind of player. Close by Clark, I think. Craig Levein will be quite content to let that go over. Craig Levein, one of the prime assets surely for Hearts' future, and I hope, everybody hopes that a team like Hearts, club like Hearts, can hold on to a young player of inestimable talent. Got a bit of style about him, Craig, as well as being a stalwart in defence. Oof, Alec McLeish shaking his head. I think he'd been hit by a tank. Stark, a little bit slow. You just get the impression now that Aberdeen are containing the game and will go forward whenever is necessary and appropriate, Andy.
Yes, that's certainly true now. Neil Cooper is beginning to dominate in that midfield area there, posing Hearts a problem. Obviously, Hearts will gradually begin to lose the edge that they had early in the game when they were running around at 100 miles an hour. Sandy Clark certainly has been doing his best here to try and stir them up, though. A great leader's job up front there. But they desperately now need a break, Hearts. I mean, you cannot fault them in any way for commitment, but they desperately need something to happen for them in the front area of the field.
And they're pressing forward. There was a loud shout for a penalty there, but the referee turned away from it. And here's Bet picking up in that loose position. He's made already several darting runs in the second half, and Weir gave up on that. Just got away with it. Except the tackle was late, and I think Sandy Clark realises it. Acknowledges that. Great competitor, Clark. Played in a cup losing side with Rangers, of course. Wet round the back, and John Hewitt in sharply. Now, John Hewitt is on the verge of an interesting record. There have only been two hat-tricks in finals. Jimmy Quinn for Celtic against Rangers in 1904, and Dixie Deans for Celtic against Hibs in 1972. So he could be the third man in the book with a long way to go yet. We've only gone 16 minutes in the second half. Here's McQueen. Gets a corner. Tended to run away from the ball there.
Once again there, though, Archie, we had the sight of John Robertson making a 40-yard run to shut off Aberdeen in an attacking position.
Peter Weir. Not quite cleared yet. McDougall coming after it. Trying to find Billy Stark, and he does. Oh, good play by McDougall. I mean, the obvious pass was to push it to the outside, and he went in the reverse direction and found the big man inside. There's where he decided to change his mind. Go kind of southeast this time, and away up towards the head of Stark, and that was not far away. Jordan. Whittaker. Useful ball, Clark, and he lay it back. Gary Mackay tries to get in. Still fighting. Gets a corner, though. And Hearts putting as many players forward as they could there. A sign of courage again on their part, and I don't think being reckless. They've really, in a sense, nothing to lose trying to get players up there. They've got to be that bit cautious at the back, but there is a corner. And the ball was moving. Still moving. Almost ended up in Croft foot. Now, it looked as if Gary Mackay was being apprehended for a minute there from that angle, as if to say, now, here, sir. Bad corner kick and all that. There's a touch, and there's a ball! Unbelievably bad luck. Still there, Clark can't get it in, whipped away. Oh, they badly needed that. Very badly needed the goal there. It floated in, and there it was, flicked up. The shot by Berry almost broke the bar. Well, that's a bad pass. Stark. McDougall running wide. Oh, he looked rather lumbering there. Lost the opportunity in a breakaway like that. You've really got to be sharp. Nevertheless, so we go back to that one. That cruel bad luck. That just about a couple of inches, and that would have been in the top of the net. Hewitt, a bit ambitious. Sandy Jordan really hasn't put a foot wrong in this game. He can't be faulted except now, even as I say so. Here's Cooper. This is interesting. Hewitt is doing the diagonal run. There's a shot, but I think Smith knew as soon as it had left the foot that that was going wide. And I think this will confirm it. Kidd blocked it out well. Jordan. Free kick. Alec MacDonald, I wish you could have seen that. I think Alec MacDonald would like to get and play the game now for Hearts. Not a bad ball again. Alec McLeish. Leighton was down in that. He'd almost collapsed in a heat, Leighton, before the shot, about 10 yards before the shot reached him. A sound save by the keeper. John Robertson getting room for himself. You could see how Leighton was down there waiting for it to fold into his arms.
It was a brilliant turn by John Robertson, but the strike wasn't exactly clean, Archie.
Hart still pounding forward. Gary Mackay. Neat little turn. Oh, there's a great pass. Robertson going in, kick. Penalty kick, surely, no. Well. Aberdeen just struggling to get that away. And that wasn't so much a Hearts attack. That was a tornado going into that penalty area there. Now watch this. Mackay with a pass. Kid in great position. And this here, as he went forward, down he went. Louch out for a penalty. I'm not sure of that, even from this angle, whether he just tripped or not. Now, Cahoon. John Robertson. He does too much on it. They're still fighting, and this is a great performance by Hearts. We thought that they, even in the first half, that would have been a sore blow for them, but now 2-0 down, and halfway through the second half, they've still got the pride and the courage, and the supporters are backing them up all the way. And that Aberdeen defence have been looking ragged in the last 5 minutes, and that was a very bad tackle. Free kick. And that takes the sting out of those attacks, because Aberdeen, Andy, did look distinctly groggy.
Oh yes, I mean, Hearts there have really been giving it their all. In fact, they've actually been playing now with Guy abandon, and they really have been very unlucky there. Obviously, the boy Kidd had a great chance, John Robertson with a chance, and in fact, the one where John Robertson ran into the crowd of bodies, you think, in fact, if he'd gone onto his right foot, he may have scored from there as well.
And here's a tackle as John Good tried to go round Kidd, which he simply could not do. Well, Andy, I've been saying throughout the season that it looked as if it was going to be ordained that Hearts would do something, win the championship, win the cup. And yet, Lady Luck seems to have slightly deserted him this afternoon.
Yes, it's beginning to look like the biggest hard luck story ever. It really is a tragedy for a team that have done so much. I mean, just listen to that crowd. I mean, Heart of Midlothian have brought that number of supporters back to football. And I mean, what more can you say? I mean, no matter what happens today, Heart of Midlothian are successes. I see Aberdeen warming up young Joe Miller down here. That's Joe Miller, who's got the legs of a sparrow, but he looks like that, but he's a fantastic player, and they obviously would look to maybe bring him on.
He used to play football in Garrahool, where we lived, and all the boys knew him up on the public park in Garrahool. No free kick. Gary Mackay.
Hearts are so anxious to get players forward here, and with Aberdeen trying to flatten the defence up, they're getting caught in offside situations.
Well, the scoreline is still 2-0. And there is only 20 minutes remaining. Just under that, 19 minutes remaining. You can always hear the Heart support, though. And that was a late tackle, I think, yes. Just as the play departed from that scene and we followed it, Roberts